So today what I have for you guys is the C96 from Battlefield 1. Not just from Battlefield 1, of course, as that would be kind of odd to say, but just from World War 1 in general. I've never shot this before. This is going to be my first time shooting it. I've got a couple things down range. I know you guys can't see them right here, but I'll change the angle so you guys can get like a backdrop on it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the features of this gun, as it actually has some really cool features that are memorable from the real C96, from the real First World War. So first off, let me apologize for the video quality, as it may have gotten worse as I'm using the front facing, because I do have to be able to see. It'll only be for a little bit, but I just want to show you guys around this gun, as it is, as it does have some really cool features. So the first thing that I'd like to show you guys is this is how you take out the clip. The real C96, as you guys may know, doesn't have this part right here. It just specifically looks like this. However, in order to get it correct and be able to put the ammunition in it properly, they had to put something there. They couldn't just leave it alone. So the way you would take it out is right on the bottom here. If you guys can see that, I'm sure you can. You just hold this down, pull this down. So boom, boom, that's gone. Now it looks like the true C96. That probably looks a lot more familiar to you guys. Here's the magazine right here. I'm gonna put the gun down for a second. So as you can see, here's the CO2 cartridge. This is where the pellets go. If you bring this down, this collapses. And then down here, you can see there's a little button. I press that down and that pulls off entirely. That's where we have the piercing screw that pushes the CO2 into the top part, which gives the gun its power. I already have some pellets in there. However, you can see that there's the little stick thing that that pops down. You just prop that all the way down. You can load the BBs from that little hole that's right there, and it fits 19 in total. I'm gonna go ahead and prop this back real quick. There's that. There you go. You're fully loaded. Now I've yet to round a chamber. Okay, I've yet to do that, and I'm still going to wait on that. Because first I want to show you guys something pretty cool. If you guys have seen, there's a meter stick on the C96 that you can't quite see in game, and you can't get a real appreciation for until you use a real, well, not real, but even a replica, as I've got a replica BB, you know, it even has it. There's a meter stick on the top. So if you look right here, it tells you how many meters away you are. Honestly, I can't tell you if it's meters or feet. I choose to use meters, as this is a German gun, I believe. So I choose to use meters, as that's what I believe it is. So you can see we've got a little slide, and what that does is that raises how high your sights are to compensate for that bullet drop. So when you're looking eye level at it, you're going to be looking from this direction, so you're going to see making the barrel pop up. And right now we're set to 600 meters. So from 600 meters away, if I were to start firing, I would have to perfectly be aligned like this. If it was point blank to 50 meters, it would have to be perfectly like this. The farthest it says it can go is 800, but I can't get it to stretch all the way. So I think that that's only for prop creation. I don't think it actually does anything. You can see there's some molded parts in there. This doesn't move at all. This is to go from, I believe, semi-auto to fully, I think. That's what I want to say. Besides that, let's go ahead and chamber around. So this is a blowback gun, as in I can legitimately chamber around. So we're going to take this out, right? And so let's say I had one good, right? Let me go and take off safety. Boom, just done firing, right? We're going to go ahead and boom, and chambered. Right now it has CO2 and a pellet in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on safety, and I'm gonna show you guys what we've got down there, and you guys will get not a bird's eye view, but a third person view. All right, so as you guys can see, I've actually got a sign down there from a fence that I had found a little bit back there. So it is all homemade, but I'm trying. So I'm gonna go ahead and start firing at this with the C96, and then I'm gonna pull out my old gun and just keep firing at it. Obviously, when I am done firing with this, I'll let you know how many shots I heard that were on point. There'll probably be a counter on the screen. I don't know. you guys should see all of that. So let's get started. Safety's off and we're ready. And misfire. Alright. I have a defective CO2 in there, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out real quick. I'm going to see what's up. And if I have to, I may just have to completely reload a different CO2. Yeah, this isn't working. Jesus. Alright, well, it's not chambering correctly, I can say that much. Okay, there's nothing else in it. Okay, so this is really strange. Here we go. Okay, so out of 19 5 missed. Now I'm gonna use my old friend. Safety off. Missed 5. So it sounds pretty consistent. I'm gonna see if I can do a little bit better. Still wrong way. There. Here we go. Alright. That in fact was a lot better. I missed 1. So I'm going to give my pros and cons about the Legend C96 right now, as a matter of fact, because I do have a couple of things to say. So, pros, it's an iconic World War I weapon, beautiful weapon. If you have it a part of your collection, odds are you're probably proud of it, and you're probably very happy to have it. Therefore, the negatives can be very harmful. Another pro, the sights are dead on. As long as you're level, your shots are going to be on. You should have no problems whatsoever. It's just that readjustment after the blowback recoil that just kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. But obviously, that's to make it more realistic, so you want the recoil. You kind of have to deal with it. The cons of this weapon, though, is I've had this gun for three days. This is my first time using it. There's already issues. One, there's a chip on the front sights. You can't really see it. It's not crazy. I'm not too mad about it because honestly, you can't notice it unless you're looking for it. So It's not terrible, but this thing was roughly $100. I would rather it not be broken as soon as I buy it. The second problem that I had was the spring was giving me an issue down where the hole is. It kept on going inside the hole, and I had to use a toothpick to flatten it out. And then I had to crunch it to get it used to the feeling of being flattened. Now, what you guys saw earlier with my CO2 cartridge not working, quite honestly, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, as even though it was my first time shooting it, so it's quite odd that that did happen. My very first time ever shooting it, ever, never used this before, it fucked up. So I don't quite understand. Maybe the, I don't know. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, seeing that we've not had another CO2 issue. So I do believe that that was just foul play. But if you do end up buying one of these and it gives you that kind of issue, odds are it's probably the C96. So you may have to waste a CO2 prior to using it. One thing I didn't do that you're always supposed to do is you have to make sure that your CO2 works before you start firing. So before you have any loaded, always just give it a couple of CO2 bursted shots. You know, maybe give it 3 or 4, and then go ahead and load up your mag, and then continue. But that's not what I did. I just went ahead and started shooting. That can give you issues. But the scariest problem was the fact that not only did it not work, but trying to get the thing to unscrew was a bitch. I could not do it for the life of me. I actually had to use my teeth, which put me at risk of, if it were to pop, boom, face is gone. Now, I'm not saying that it's likely that that were to happen, but what if it did, right? You know, wouldn't be too fun. But besides that, I really do think that this is a nice weapon. I really love the reload action on that. Like, let's say, boom, I'm out. Reloading. I don't know. I enjoy that so much. I do. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna shoot one more time, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I missed one. So obviously I've adapted. I can deal with the way it works now. There's no problems. But yeah, do watch out for those minor problems that I talked about. The chipping, the spraying, the CO2, and the trying to loosen the CO2 being so difficult. I don't know what happened there. So just, if you do end up getting one of these, just look out for those. And if it does chip fairly soon, I'd recommend maybe just saying like, hey, can I, just get another one from your Big Buy or wherever the fuck it is that you got yours. I got mine at Big 5. I don't know why I said Big Buy. Big Buy doesn't even exist. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps very much. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.